Hey YouTube, Rook here from Rook Geek Goodness, my little channel on the interweb for all things geeky and cool. We have a toy review we're taking a look at today, guys. This is the Imaginext Fisher-Price Green Lantern Jet with Hal Jordan Figure. Now I picked this up on a recent toy hunt. I'll put a card above so you can click on that hunt. I got it at Target and I got it about 30% discount on that particular item. What we're going to do is we're going to bring this into a breakdown segment. We're going to open it up. We're going to look at the packaging. We're going to look at the item as a whole. We're going to look at the paint. We're going to look at articulation. We're going to look at accessories. We're going to look at action features, and then we're going to ask the big question to you, the subscribers. Is this worth your money? Stay tuned, guys. We're going into the breakdown. Okay guys, we're in a breakdown segment looking at the Fisher-Price Imaginext Green Lantern Jet with Hal Jordan Figure. But before we do anything, we always take a look at the packaging. It came basically with strings attached to the plane and a blister pack that you would have both the figure and the missiles attached to it. On the other side you have Justice League, and this side you have the Imaginext logo. And on the back of it, it showcases basically all the figures in the particular wave. If you look over here, talk about some of the action features that are actually on the vehicle itself, which we'll talk about shortly. At the bottom you have all the figures that are available in that current wave, and then basically all together up here on like a diorama set. So packaging was pretty cool. I like how it looked and how it was presented. The very first thing we're going to take a look at is the actual Hal Jordan figure itself. This is a nice little figure. There's a lot packed into this little guy. I mean, he's only maybe 2 inches tall in size, but as far as articulation, let's get into it. His head, full 360 movement. His arms, you have 360 at the shoulders, but they also have shoulder movement. You go up and down with it, which I'm very surprised that a figure this size has that amount of articulation. The wrists do spin 360, no waist swivel. Now the feet are a little sketchy only because they only bend in one direction. They bend straight up and they all link together, so you cannot bend the feet individually, just so you know. But a great amount of articulation in a figure this big. So I like how it looks. Great paint, very solid. Now if you have the other Green Lantern figures for the other Jet that came out, and I think there was one other Green Lantern, maybe he came with the OA playset. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but they all look different. They're not the same paint. They're different variants, just so you know. Now, let's actually look at the Jet itself. The Jet is really, really cool. It's about maybe 6-7 inches in length. From a head-on view, you can see here. It is neon green, as you can see, and there are some other action features going on with this. The very first thing is the wings here can go up or down. You can snap the wings up and down, which I like that. I like how you can collapse the wings in. You don't really have to, but you can. There's a great amount of detail, especially on the engines, as you can see here. There's like little pipes that come up here from the engine housing, which is really, really cool. I like that. Now, the big action features, there's basically 3 points of action features on this Jet. You have one is the fist. You see the big green fist in the front here, and I see like a side shot here of it. Now there's a trigger on the underside. You can see right here, I'm holding it. You squeeze the trigger and the fist deploys. And there's a lot of strength in this fist. I mean, as you can see, I mean, I knocked Hal over very, very easily. So, I mean, you can play around with this thing a lot. It'll be great for kids, you know, hitting their figures down, attacking each other. You know, I think it'd be really, really cool to have something like that. I mean, I didn't have anything like this when I was a kid. I think that would be really cool to have. Now, if you look underneath the wings here, you'll see 2 holes. That is for where these accessories, these are missiles, these little missiles here, there's 4 of them. They're all neon green, same color as the Jet. They're about maybe the size of the figure itself, maybe about 2 inches in size, just so you know. And they are, you can only put it in basically one way into the Jet. There's 2 points that you snap in. They're spring loaded, and you can snap them underneath the wings. Now, underneath the wings, there are 2 triggers, as you can see here. These 2 triggers here. If you happen to push the trigger, I will use this because I don't want the missiles going across the room. As you can see, they do fire, and you can shoot them both simultaneously, and they can both shoot at the same time, just so you will know. Now, the canopy here does open, and you can fit the figure inside of it. Now, sometimes the figure might get stuck and not sit correctly, just so you know ahead of time. Like that, as I just pointed out. So let me just fix his hand, because it's mainly an issue with the hand. You can't sit him in all the way, and now he snaps in place. That's why I wanted to actually showcase that where it does happen. Now, one of the big pain points for this particular toy is this, as you currently see. The Jet itself doesn't sit right. It uses the fist itself to sit because the fist is underneath it like this, very similar to how I'm holding my fist. So it has a tendency to rock from side to side. And what could happen is this. If you have your missiles already loaded inside of it, like this, and you, just like that. It's a perfect example of what I was going to talk about. The jet will rock and it will fire a missile off that you don't mean to. Now, one other thing I didn't talk about is there's storage for the additional missiles. If you fold the wings up, you'll notice what looks like little clips on this side. It only fits basically one way, so you basically clip your missile into this point, and then you can just deploy it down like that. Same thing you can do on the other side, just like that. Oops, let me get it back into place. There we go, clip it in. And you just snap the wing down. I like how you can actually put that and store the extra missiles this way. But be wary, guys, of these very hair trigger for the launchers. It does shoot very, very easily. I do also like the back fins here, and there are kind of rubbery material, so they won't break. I also, just to let you know, I did drop this a few times. I wanted to do a couple drop tests, and I wanted to see how well it held up. I dropped it from about a foot, and I dropped it from 2 feet on the carpet, and it was fine. No breakage, nothing broke. The missiles did shoot off a couple times, which I expected that to happen, but this is very, very durable. This toy is built to play with. This is something you want to play with, just so you guys will know. And with that said, guys, let's head into final thoughts. Okay, guys, final thoughts on the Fisher-Price Imaginext Green Lantern Jet with Hal Jordan. From the presentation, great little packaging. I like how it looks. Great job on the packaging presentation. Showcases all the stuff about the figures and all the other items in the wave. Great toy itself. Very durable. I dropped this thing for about 2 feet. Took a pounding, didn't break, nothing cracked, everything stayed nice and solid. And I think that's very, very fun for little kids. Great action features, we talked about in the breakdown. Cool little punching fist. And of course the missiles, which are both a good thing and a bad thing. And these things will fire right off at you. They go about 5 feet or least, I mean, and are on a very hair trigger. Also, we talked about the little Hal Jordan figure. Great amount of articulation in a small little figure, which surprised the hell out of me. I mean, you don't even see main companies nowadays with this amount of articulation and something this small. And of course, he fits in the plane with no issues usually. Sometimes he might get stuck in the cockpit and you might have issues closing the canopy down. Now, there are 2 big pain points with this toy that I have seen. One, there's no real landing gear for the jet. It will just rock from side to side, and that leads to problem number 2. Since it will rock from side to side, you have the 2 triggers on the bottom of the jet. They're very sensitive and they're on a hair trigger. So if it's rocking from side to side, it can accidentally shoot those missiles off. So be wary about that. Now, the big question as a consumer, you got to ask yourself, is this worth your money? Is this a buy? Is it a buy or is it a pass? Well, I think it's a buy. I really think it's a buy. For the price I paid for it, I only paid about $10 for this thing, and I think it's well worth the money if you can find one. Now, again, I got mine at Target, 30% off at the time, but I do think it's well worth the money. Now, I added this new feature at the end of the videos. You'll see cards appear on the screen. These are videos you can click on to watch other videos, and you'll see a big button that will look like my face. If you click that, that's a new subscribe button. I put that in there for you guys. So I hope you like this video. Click that button. Click my face, guys. Click my face. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care and bye-bye.